All right, family, I just came home from the post office. This is absolutely insane. It is a reverse mail call. Because somebody did a reverse mail call to send this to us, so while this could be a mail call, because it started with a reverse mail call, it's going to be a reverse mail call. Darling, you don't even know how perfect this is for our family. I'm so humbled. What'd you guys get?
Cans of food.
Wow, you got those out of storage for our breakfast?
Yep.
What'd you get, peaches and corned beef?
Yeah, we got peaches, corned beef hash, and then
green beans and corn.
Yeah, green beans and corn.
Nice. That'll be good together. Hey, you don't even have a shirt on. Get back in the house, little man. I love you. Let me get the door for you. And this one, she's sharing some info with somebody. You letting them know over at Empty Knives?
Yes.
So this rabbit, monster truck and some friends of our, some children of our friend caught. It was loose for a little bit. So they caught it and they really wanted it to have babies, but they lacked what?
A buck.
A buck. So we brought it home with us and she just had some babies. So Pinky was just sending a video over to
Look at her nest. I've never seen a nest like that.
It's on top too, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Look
Which
at it
is
wiggling
really
back
cool.
there. It's cold, let them be.
And so
but
she put a lot of nice fur on there.
oh, look at that. What's waking up in our out here?
Our fruit trees. They're so pretty.
Fruit trees. Do you know who some of them are?
That is a peach, right?
Yeah.
And that's peach and a wild plum and a pear or a plum right there.
Yeah, pretty much the peaches. I'll show you guys.
Peach, yeah.
These peaches don't have quite as beautiful of flowers, but they still make fruit. It's not all about the beauty of the flower. You'll know them by their fruit. This one is our most beautiful peach tree, and you know what's very interesting, child?
What?
I believe I have some seeds for some peaches that I'm able to pick up today that were sent to us. I got an email from a different YouTube channel recently, and then I'm friends with the postmaster, so he tipped me off that there is a package waiting for me. And this is one of the store-bought peach varieties. I think this is a Alberta, and this one I think is a Loring. I didn't prune them last year. We weren't gardening last year. But over here, these two are from seed. And the cool thing about that, this one's a plum, but this tree had so many peaches on it last year. And years ago, it was just a little seed that had sprouted, like 6 years ago, maybe 7 now. Which is super cool, and same thing here. And we put them out in our duck pen. I thought I cleaned up, oh no, we cleaned up that one really good.
Yeah, I picked.
We've been working on picking stuff up because stuff gets broken out here. But this one also is from seed. And a crazy thing about this plum, if you guys have been watching our channel for a bit, this plum tree is actually one of the first grafts I ever did. From here to here is a wild plum, and here I grafted into it so many years ago. And this is actually a plum variety we had in our yard in Wisconsin, actually from the very tree. I cut a scion off, which is like, you know, a little twig, when it was dormant, and I traveled 750 miles with it. And when I got here, this wild plum was growing at the edge of the woods up over there. So I took that and I grafted it into it, and then eventually we moved it onto our property. But just kind of a little taste of our old life back in the day, right?
Yep.
More eggs.
Yeah. And we have Mama.
Woo. And a shout out to all our YouTube people who watch our videos. This pear waking up right here. That tree, it's flowering. And our first YouTube payout ever, we bought some fruit trees. That's one of them. So we'd always kind of have something to show for it. So thank you guys, one and all, for watching these videos. I want to show you guys the plums too, just because they went pretty good here. But I'll tell you what too, even like, man, our online interactions and stuff, that's part of what this video is, you know, gonna have. But it's because of our YouTube channel. We got like those beehives there and stuff like that, meeting different people, enjoying different stuff. Here, these 3 plums were also picked up with the first YouTube payout ever. Now this one I didn't prune last year, but I want to cut all this stuff off. Here's tent caterpillars. See that? They're little tent caterpillars. But these guys I'm gonna cut off. But they're flowering nice, they're doing good. This one I dropped 2 different trees on as I was pushing back the woods a bit. Twice a tree landed on that. Was that a good idea?
No.
It was an accident. I don't know, a quick day off of work. Been hitting things hard with work lately, a lot lately. Oh yeah, there's some nice stuff too. I'll show you guys the apricot and the cherry. This one here is an apricot tree. Its neighbor died back to the ground level, but then started regrowing, so I'm gonna trim that up so we just get one coming up. And then over here, this is the first one. I think this is the Nanking bush cherry. So I'm actually gonna take out 2 little cherries I got on each side of it, and I'm trying to propagate 2 of these main ones here. This one and another one. They're actually in pots already. And sometimes, I've done it with a number of trees so far, when you get a sucker, which is one shooting off from the root, I'll put a little wound on it, and I'll slide a pot down over it, and then be able to actually get it to start rooting and then move it. So here's where I did that the other year. These Savage Beasts are some trifoliate citrus, but here's a good example of little suckers. See that? So you got little stems popping up next to the big stem. So this is nice and straight up to here. If I trim this one off or pull it in tight, I should be able to slide a pot all the way down, set it on the ground, mark a couple of these up, and then fill it with soil. And if I keep it moist enough, I should be able to pull this off as a new tree. And I've actually done that from this plant, from that spot. the other year. I'll show you. And we literally have, it's only like a week or two, child, till we're back to gardening. So we took off a year of gardening and gave our land a year of Sabbath rest. And Passover, for instance, is on the 14th day of the first month. So that means 2 weeks before Passover is when we're going to get back to it, because that's the start of the new year on the biblical calendar. So here, though, is a trifoliate citrus. It's planted down here. It branches out a bit here, and it comes up across here. So this was a sucker, but you can see it's growing as a tree. I planted it last year. I think same thing here with this aronia. I pulled off of our aronia. So we'll see. Eventually a goal might be to take some of these grain bin pieces, make an upper pond and have it flow into the bottom pond, and maybe do some aquaponics. I'm not sure. But it's good to have plans, it's good to have goals. What you got?
That looks so pretty.
Oh, the daylily? She wants to show you this. So it looks like we've got, oh, show me, huh? But we've got some old cedar out of the lake, and then the daylilies are waking up. And what do we know about daylilies?
You can eat them?
You can eat them. Around here, flowers are flowers, okay? But as I covered in the previous video, there's a reason I'd pick tulips over daffodils. Why grow something beautiful and poisonous when you could grow something beautiful and edible? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of times we're gonna need food long before we need poison, right? Raining again, which reminds me, I gotta put up water catchment.
Hey, Dad, you're gonna walk.
I gotta put up water catchment. Oh yeah, I'll take that. All right, Bug's coming with me. Bug, are you ready to run? Okay, run to the van and get in, go! Don't get too wet. I think your jacket's in there. Go, go, go! I will say, as what they call a content creator, someone who creates content and puts it on the internet, it's super encouraging to hear some of the things people say, like in the comment section. I also heard something on somebody else's channel that I'm getting this package from, and they also sent me an email and had some kind words to say, and it's like, sometimes you work so hard on stuff. I mean, just even taking the time out to record things is one thing. You get a lot less done when you're recording it, just trust me. Then you get a lot less done when you're editing everything you recorded. And honestly, right now, if you guys were curious how much, okay, we got a YouTube channel, right? Over 18,000 subscribers. We make about $200 to $300 a month off of our YouTube. About $200 to $300 a month. So if you think about it, that is not justifiable as far as the, if I was doing it as a business, the amount of time and effort I put into it versus the return on the investment, which, you know, is one reason I'm glad we're able to build relationships. We're able to, you know, even the first payout, I didn't know what would happen. So I said, you know what, let's buy some fruit trees. Let's do something that's gonna last and stand the test of at least some time. So that's what we did. Thanks, big brother, help little brother. Get buckled up. But that's one reason you guys will see we've done a couple reviews lately. And then we got a couple more coming. If I'm only making $200 to $300 off of a month worth of videos, okay, and somebody offers me a tool, you know, sometimes, I mean, I just got an email for about a $450 tool. Well, if I can do one video that month and get the equivalent of $450 worth of street value material, you know, the tool, then I don't mind doing that. And hopefully, you know, the reviews we do are honest. There's stuff that people ask me to review. I'm like, honestly, this is the worst I've ever seen. Like, if I make a video, you're not going to appreciate it as a company. And they're like, well, you don't have to, you know. But I've straight out, you know, done that. And actually, I'm going to make, I think, a private video and send it to that company to show them all the stuff. There's plenty of things that have room for improvement, for sure. And I'm not just going to say, oh, this is really good because they gave it to me for free. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So anyway, point is, you guys may see some more reviews on this channel. I can use a jackhammer. Vevor sent me a jackhammer. It's worked great so far. Every time I've used it, I really appreciate it. Same company sent me the multi-tool, the oscillating multi-tool. We recently did one with the water purification methods from Membrane Solutions. I love that because that's stuff we can super use around here, and it saves me. I mean, their stuff is good priced. I was impressed with the price tag they were putting on it, and then offering a discount on top of it. It's stuff I would buy. But if I don't need to take that money out of my pocket, and I get a little bit of return on my investment for these videos and this channel by doing a product review, I'm gonna do that type of thing. I'm not gonna sell out. I'm not just gonna be a shill, but I will gladly give an honest opinion of stuff that's actually useful for my family. I mean, we've turned down plenty of opportunities too, and even as I started doing more reviews, I think there's been 3 I've done recently, I kind of mentioned, hey, you might see a couple more of these. We turned stuff down for a long time. In fact, right now I'm wearing high C boots. Look at this. Wearing high C boots. Why? Because they offered them, and these things are absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate them. I gotta get to the post office before they close for lunch. Well, we made it in time, and this is cool too because I just watched a video from a friend over at Homestead Aquarius, and wow.
May I have your attention? This is an actual reverse mail call alert. If you hear your name, you will be instructed that a package is on your way. At Papa Pepper, you, sir, and your family will be getting this package. You are worth a dime to me, and then all the extra goodies that are in here. I thank you so much for your channel and the quality content that you have brought to me over the many years. This you will get as soon as I can ship it to you. It's going out today. I'm going to ship it the fastest way that I can without breaking the bank. Thank you very much.
Long story short, a while ago he was showing some peaches that he was growing. I'm like, oh, those look awesome. And he was talking about them and showing the seeds and stuff. And I'm like, that's the type of stuff people like us, people live in this lifestyle, people live in his lifestyle, need to get their hands on because it's some really good stuff. Then he was doing a mail call video, a reverse mail call video, and he was running through a list of people he was going to bless, people who'd blessed him that he wanted to bless back. And he mentioned my name, our name, Papa Pepper, and I'm like, what? Yeah.
And the fourth one is Papa Pepper. Okay. Now, Papa Pepper, I have 3 boxes going out today, but I don't have one for you.
So yeah, he says that, and I'm like, does he even have my, P.O. box or my mailing address?
Because I do not have your mailing address. In a previous live stream, he said that he would like to have some of them, and I would love to ship you some. So, Papa Pepper, there's still plenty of time to get these germinated. But Papa Pepper, if you want me to send you some of these, please send me an email with your mailing address, the P.O. box, whatever it is.
And I'm like, right. So I sent an email, got an email back, and it just blessed me so much to read. You know, a lot of times, if you don't get feedback, you don't know if you're making an influence. You don't know if anyone's life better because you were there. But then it's times like this, like here, man, Homestead Aquarius, you spent some money just getting this up to us. On Tuesday, this was mailed to me. Today, it's Thursday. I got a message from the postmaster that I had something I needed to sign for. And I knew exactly what it was. And I'm going to open this up. This is a serious box. Shout out to Patrick from MT Knives. That thing is so handy. I gotta be careful because I know what's in here. Okay, good, I missed. And I don't know if Bug knows, so I'm gonna have him help me with some of this stuff. And this gets so much above and beyond what even we were thinking, and I'll explain why in a second. Okay, anytime you get a letter or card, even if there's a gift with it, you start off with the letter or card. That's the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't just, how do some people do it? They just open up, they go, money! You know, the birthday card, money, and then they throw the card away and then they have the money. You know, the gift is nice. It's important. It's why somebody sent something, but the letter explains a lot more. So here it says, "Dear Pepper family, thank you so much for giving people such quality and wholesome content, and I'm going to work on that. I'm not the best at it. I'm going to work on providing even more wholesome and more quality content. I cannot tell you folks how much watching y'all has meant to me over the years. Y'all folks have my spirit for a natural and reverent life. And the first person that I have known that I saw rock laden property and saw the beauty of rocks as a blessing." See that, son? If you have something, you look at it as a blessing and not a curse, and then you get creative and you figure out how to use it as a blessing, and then you're blessed. Thank you for that, and I'm glad. Hopefully I set that example for others. I hope that you folks find these gifts in good condition and know that you have me as a kindred spirit and friend. This is my way of paying you back and offering some value back to y'all. Y'all be good and keep up the good work. Wow, Robert, Homestead Aquarius, thank you. Thank you, thank you so much. And even, what were you doing yesterday out in the pasture with buckets?
Putting rocks in them.
He was collecting rocks yesterday so we can finish our rock pillar fence. Wow, now here, we got some stuff, okay? This, Bug, I'm gonna let you look at one of these. And you know what my first thing I love about seeing these is these are a different size than the ones that come from our trees. You know what that means? Do you know what these are?
Peaches.
Peaches. So what is this thing? Pick up one. What is that part of the peach? That's a peach? You're gonna eat it?
No.
No, what is it?
Peach seed.
A peach seed, okay? And tell the people, what do you do with the peach seed?
You can put it in the ground and it will grow trees.
It'll grow a tree. What kind of tree will it grow?
A peach tree.
And what do peach trees have on them?
Fruit.
Fruit. And how does that work? It makes fruit, and then what do you do?
Eat it.
Eat it. So you're telling me, show the folks at home, you can take one of these, see, one of these, and you can go put this where?
In the ground.
In the ground, and then you wait a couple years, and then what happens?
And then it grows a little tree, and then it makes fruit, and then you can eat the fruit.
Yeah. Guys, okay, I can take this and shove this in the soil and feed my family. Like, do you know how many of these are thrown out every day in America? You know how many of these are thrown out every day? Oh, this is amazing. And part of what we want to do is I want to take my property and just make it a better and better place for us to be, a better and better place for our animals to be, an abundant homestead where we can reap an abundant harvest. Something like this, one of these trees, if this turns into a tree, one of them could put out potentially hundreds of peaches. And how often do they do that?
A lot.
A lot? So if they put out 100 peaches this year and then we come back next year, they'll be all done?
No.
No, they'll keep doing it year after year after year after year for the life of the tree. And then, you know, this, you plant it, you wait a couple years, you get possibly even hundreds of peaches. And what do those hundreds of peaches have inside them?
Seeds.
Seeds. And then what can you do with the seeds?
Grow them.
Grow them, guys. And it just continues and continues and continues. And do we have a lot of mouths to feed in our family?
No.
No, we don't? Do we have a lot of people in our family compared to some families?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a lot of mouths to feed, and we have property so we can do that. But my pastures, I want to turn my pastures into a type of orchard where my sheep and stuff can graze underneath them, and then they'll be providing shade for them, they'll fertilize them, and then food for us. And who else likes to eat peaches on our homestead besides the people? You ever seen anything else eat a peach?
Sheep.
Sheep, they do? I know the ducks do, right?
Yeah.
Remember, the ducks and chickens and stuff will gobble them up. We've got a peach tree growing inside of one of our things that's just amazing right now, inside of our poultry pen. But wow, this is, I don't even know how many are here. It looks like 1.5 dozen or 20 seeds or something. But here's the other part. We took last year off of gardening. Last year was a hard year because it was a drought year. A lot of people didn't do very good on cutting hay. Hay prices went up. A lot of things did not work out well for people who did try to garden. And one thing that happened is it was so dry, and because I wasn't gardening, I wasn't really spending time up in the garden area. I wasn't in there interacting like I normally would be. So it got very dry. I think our golden raspberries, we may have lost them. Now the cool thing is our golden raspberries came from Shalom Acres, and we planted some in. And then Shalom Acres had a bad year and lost a bunch of theirs. So last year, before we stopped gardening, they said, hey, do you have any of these? I'm like, yeah, I'll bring you some. So I brought some, put them in over there, and now they're growing over there. And I think we might have lost ours. But last year, we lost our strawberries. And here, I've got, I think, 7 bags of strawberries, guys. I don't think we have any strawberries on our property. We got wild ones. But in my garden strawberries, I don't think we do. So these are a June-bearing strawberry. And the cool thing is, I've actually got another like week and a half before I'm gardening. Well, that's perfect for these guys. Because these guys, if I threw them directly out in the soil, like it's raining right now, that's going to be good for them. But if they're out in direct sunlight and they don't have their roots established in a new place and all this stuff is going on, we could lose them. So I'm going to harden them off because they've just been shipped. They've been uprooted, ripped out of their environment, shipped partially across the country. Now I have them. And what I can do is I'll put them in a pot and I'll leave them there probably, well, I'll leave them there till I get back to gardening in a week and a half or 2 weeks. I'll check the calendar on that. But then I'll be able to put them outside after I have them in a pot in a shaded area, let them kind of harden off, wake up, get used to their new environment, and send them over there. So, like, Robert, Homestead Aquarius, did not know our supply of strawberries was depleted. We've given away a lot of strawberries because they make runners. But then I think our supply was pretty much tapped out by the drought last year because we weren't in there doing it. I wasn't mulching my beds and keeping them moist and, you know, keeping things, and they were kind of out in the open. So this fills a void in our life so perfectly that I'm just amazed at. And that's one beautiful thing about community, about people working together. And this, I'm gonna see if you know what this is. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's heavier than I thought it was going to be. Oh, man. What? No way. Man. Okay, do you know what that is?
Money?
It's money, okay? Do you hear that? That does not have the clink of debased fiat currency. This is when sound money was still used. And these are actually Mercury dimes. Can I have that other one? Mercury dimes. Now these are worth something on the street right now, Mercury dimes, but here's the thing. There's 10 of them. There is 10 of them. Well, I have Mama Pepper and myself, and we have 8 children. There's a Mercury dime for each and every one of us. He was talking about people being worth a dime to him and blessing them with some of these, and I thought he was sending out one. If he sent any, that he'd send one to us. And I have a silver savings for my children. I had some money that I was putting aside for their future. That way when they get started, they can pick up some property, they can build a house, they can do those things. And silver is the way I've been doing that. Just because silver is going to retain its value a lot better than paper money, currency. So if I have a stack of 20s sitting there until somebody gets older, it's going to be worth less in the future. If I have a pile of silver, it's going to be worth more, or at least retain its value. It's going to have a higher probability of being worth something 10, 15 years from now than just paper dollar bills. So I'm going to put one of these in each of the children's savings of physical silver that we have. And there's one for Mom and one for me. That's crazy, man. 10 of these? You know, we try to live a life that makes sense. I got a video I plan on doing about the life I chose. And something like this, I see so much value here. There's so much value. I'm going to actually open all these bags. Could you open them for me so that they can breathe and keep them standing up? There's so much value in those plants. There's so much value in these, and most people account this as nothing. Most people, unless it's some patented, commercial peach seed that you can go pick up at your Lowe's, a peach tree, people don't see a value in it. There is value in this. This is so amazing. I love, like I said, I love the fact that these are a different size. They're still a peach, but there's a lot of variety within peaches. And by letting things pollinate and make the next generation, you get other varieties. I'm gonna back up for a minute, put a video up here to what happens when you grow from seed. It's amazing. We did a video last year while we weren't gardening. All this food was coming from all over the place. It was amazing. And part of it was stuff like this, just letting a seed grow. Man, I am so humbled, and I'll tell you what too, I'm putting hashtag Homestead Aquarius Peaches as one of my hashtags here. But here's the thing, and this is where Homestead Aquarius, you're wise, sends out a bunch of these. It says, hey, use this hashtag if you would. I'd be blessed and honored. Okay, but here's the deal. We get these growing, we start doing this stuff, if things continue the same, say 15 years from now, well, we'll still be enjoying the benefit of this. If we're featuring this in videos, then we're still going to be using Homestead Aquarius Peaches as a hashtag, then you're still going to get fingers pointing back to you saying, that's the man who blessed us. That's the one there who cared about us. That's the one there who not only had kind words, and kind words are worth a ton, but it was a man of action as well, who chose to take out of, these things. These reproduce on their own. They do. He'll tell you. He just lets them run. These reproduce on their own if you let them go. But he allows them to, so he allows there to be an abundance, blessing. And he says, you know what? It's not enough just for me to get blessed. Who else should get blessed?
All of us.
All of us. Other people. Be a blessing. Let things be abundant. My goal on my property is to get things where they're so stupid abundant that we can't help but give stuff away and bless people and do things. Oh, we're going to get home. We're going to move forward with stuff. Absolutely insane. I stand in awe of your tangible expression of love and generosity and appreciation for us. It means a lot to us. What do you want to tell Mr. Robert?
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. I'll probably end with a clip of the children, the rest of the little peppers, just checking this out and just being amazed. Wow. My heart is not heavy with gratitude, but there's a lot of gravity to the gratitude that I have right now. Thank you. So, what's in there, buddy? Does anyone know what's in there?
Peach seeds.
Peach seeds. Now, what do you notice compared to the peach seeds we have around here?
They're smaller.
So what's that mean?
Smaller peaches.
Smaller peach, a different kind, right?
Yeah.
So, darling, last year we didn't garden. It was a drought year, and I didn't like mulch or water stuff, so I think we lost our strawberries. Yeah, look at that face. That's the face right there. Make it again. What'd you do when you hear it? It was more disappointing than that. We've got probably 50 June-bearing strawberry plants there at least.
Okay.
So pretty much Homestead Aquarius, Robert was doing a peach thing, and I saw his peach video, and I was like, oh, those look amazing. And then he was doing a reverse mail call and going to give some away, and he mentioned our channel, and I'm like, what? Really? Does he even have our P.O. box? And he's like, no, I don't have your information, so you'll have to email me. So I emailed him, and I was expecting peach seeds. Exceedingly abundantly above and beyond, he sent all of these, which are just beautiful strawberries. And Monster Truck, why don't you open that once? And I'm gonna see if any of you guys know. Everyone can kind of grab one and look at it. Hand one to your mother.
These are way different.
What do you notice about them that would make them different?
There's a different person on them.
Okay. What do you notice about that? Are you plinking them?
They sound a bit different.
So what do you think that means?
They're real.
They're real. It means they're made of something different. Do you know what those are, my lady?
Let go.
A silver coin of sort?
Yeah. So those are old school dimes when they were actually silver. Wow. And you know how many he sent us? 10.
Hey, the kids don't put them in here.
What's that mean?
One for everybody.
Apparently one for each of us, which is incredibly generous. And children, don't lose those. You can look at them, but don't lose them. So what do we know about you guys in the future? How are we doing savings for you guys? What's one of the main things we're using to save? Silver. So what's that?
Silver.
Yeah, guys, what do you tell Mr. Robert for everything?
Thank you so much.
Oh, darling, how cool is that?
What a nice, awesome, thoughtful gift.
Exactly.
Like out of the post office.
Just amazing. It keeps going back to your face when I try to focus on the dime.
She's trying to eat
So children, we're gonna have to get to planting those peaches soon, and I'm gonna do something to prep the strawberries as well. But every single one of this fits in so perfectly to our life. And darling, you can read this quick. You don't have to read aloud, I already did. But that'll give you some frame for reference.
Okay.
And can I see the baby while you do?
Sure.
Hey, little one. Agoo. Agoo. What are you doing? She don't want to see us. What do you think, child? Strawberries, peaches, silver? Which one's your favorite one?
I don't know.
You know what you like better?
Do I see? No.
What tastes better? Strawberries, peaches, or silver?
Probably the strawberries and peaches.
this one sounds much louder.
Oh, then a new one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what do you like about this, son?
That we have things to plant.
They have things to plant. And guys, how many years could this provide food for our family?
A ton.
A ton. What do you think of the letter, my lady?
It's very, very nice.
Is it encouraging for you?
Encouraging and yeah, very.
And I'll tell you what, guys, in our interactions in life, I've been getting some major compliments on this lady lately. Some of the things that people have said just bless me so much as her husband, because of who she is and how she's, become. She didn't always start off this way, but she is worth your weight in gold, darling, and then some. Because you're priceless. Even your weight of gold it has a value. She's got beyond. So, yeah. We got a day to have, some other things to get to. I just wanted to get this mail and do this reverse mail call. Robert, thank you so much. Chat, family, what do you say?
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And the next one. Thumbs up. For real.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.